Get ready, because it's coming up.
I just woke up, what's gonna happen today? Oh look, I just got paid, and now to keep me from getting laid, I'm gonna play my favorite iOS game.
Well, time to budget wisely. I'm in great disdain that I didn't roll
Pirate Wario.
from the
Pirate.
tour. Ah well, I'll still have fun. Good thing they allow for characters from previous tours to be used.
Ha! You like Mario Kart Tour? My collective will laugh at you. Ha! 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 Ha!
Who the fuck do you think you are? Fucking judging fucking me? Who the fuck are you anyway?
By day, I am Sammy the Burglar, but by also day, I am Captain Internet. My origins are quite the story. I was walking along the street when a radioactive meme lord bit me on the anus. Actually, he was my boyfriend at the time. He told me he was radioactive after the fact, and that I gained superpowers. But then going to the doctor,
Shut up!
it turned out to be super.
Shut the fuck up! Can't you just leave me alone? I want to play Mario Kart in peace. I'm so close to getting to the top of this rank up.
Ha! Good luck! Considering that game's design, you'll need to pay to win.
What the actual hell are you talking about?
That game is pay to win. Many people on Twitter said so.
Lies.
Game monetization has been a pretty large argument since it started. Well, since 2015 at least. Because of the development of microtransactions becoming a tool of the game industry, some terms have had to be created for the modern era of gaming. Microtransactions, loot boxes, unemployment checks, but the one term that puts off a gamer the most is...
Pay to win.
Except most of you don't even know what it means. I'm here to school you about the true definition of pay to win.
Because as you see here, I've got a master's degree, which means I know my way around. Just ignore that.
Right, so for this part, we have to go back in time a bit, to roughly 1972.
Well, a friend of mine made me a time machine. So when I just press this button here... There's no need for time, doohickeys! For you should allow me to explain this section. Why, excuse me, chap. Do you want to play some video game tennis? No, that's too amazing for this old timer. Look at that. The 1970s, a graphical nightmare. We played tennis with squares back then. It was called Pong, and it is cited as the first coin-operated video game. Two players hit the ball between themselves, and as there's no winning state here, you can play Pong for millennia! Moving along to... I heard that. Moving along to 1988, a game called Haunted Castle was released. It's Castlevania, but in the arcade. This game could be considered one of the first pay-to-win games, even though it doesn't technically have a win status. You have to insert a coin every time you game over, meaning that in most cases you'll need more than one coin if you want to get past the first level alone, as most arcade games are very trial and error based. You! Yeah, you of course. How many virtual virtual coins does it take you to beat Metal Slug 1 on that newfangled arcade archives thingamabob? Well, I'd only put in 50 coins, but on a good day I can beat Metal Slug 1 in 30 coins. So that's roughly $15 to $25. Pretty accurate price considering how short the first Metal Slug game is. Now keep this in mind for later. Right, I'm done here, chaps. Toodaloo! What the fuck was that?
As you probably already know, I am a trash gamer. As yes, I do play games that have microtransactions in them. And I may have spent too much on Mario Kart Tour. My health is getting worse. Speaking of Mario Kart Tour though, we have our first example on my patented pay-to-win scale. Mario Kart Tour is not pay-to-win. Let me explain exactly why. So, in the game you have the cups. They start off easy, but then get harder in terms of AI at least. Because I've spent so much on the game, I had enough parts to do a test. I played through the easiest cup twice, and one of the harder ones twice. Each time I played with the highest tier items possible, and then again with the lowest tier items. I found that I was able to get in the top 3 placings every time, despite the handicap of only one item. The only thing that was different between each test was the amount of points I got. In the multiplayer, on the other hand, it doesn't matter, since the rules are predefined in what you can use. So all tests prove that Mario Kart Tour is not a pay-to-win game, but a pay-to-score one.
Was that enough proof for you? Can I play a funny game now?
Quick question. Who invented Smash Bros?
Don't you have the power of Googling shit or something? Oh, never mind, I'll do it for you.
Team Fortress 2 is a strange game. Such a strange game, in fact, that it fits as a perfect middle ground for the pay-to-win scale. It's an interesting case of pay-to-win where it's like Schrodinger's loot box. You either get it, or someone else on your team has it already. Hey, how about the trade?
No.
I play free-to-play the entire time, but somehow my team wins in most cases. 8 times out of 10, my teammates had better items and weapons than me, meaning I was pretty pointless to the overall game as well. Man vs Machine is the only mode where I can see paying to win being an option, meaning that by most accounts, the game is pay to win, but not in the context of random players. So what could be the example of the purest form of a pay to win game is? Well, you see, it's... You'll have to find out after the break! Hey, what the fuck? What do you mean break? Do you like DVDs? What are you? A fucking bozo?
What's on TV tonight? Oh, that's right, it's
Nothing! With Jetflix and Chill, you'll have most of it at your fingertips. You wanted to watch Snow White? Well, you should have been here yesterday. Do you like documentaries? Well, you won't after our bias. You'd like to watch the whole trilogy? Well, too bad, fucker. We couldn't get the rights to the third one. Like Star Trek? Well, we only have Picard. Subscribe to Jetflix and Chill now to get no ads removed. That's right, no ads removed. But wait, there's more.
If you buy an upgrade subscription to Jetflix Prime Plus, you can be called an absolute sucker!
For no extra charge! Have fun trying to cancel. There's not a way to! Sign up for your paid trial now! Mega Man X Dive is a trash game. I've gone on record to say that it is the most disappointing game of 2020. I'll give a quick mini review just so I don't have to talk about it again, using 3 key points. 1. It's a 2.5D platformer on a touchscreen. Need I say more? 2. The microtransactions are somehow too exploitive and are not of good value to the player. 3. The versus mode is pay to win. Let's talk about First Armor X and other S-rank related things. If you've played Mega Man X, you'll know that the arm chip gives you an incredibly upgraded Buster Shot. Upgraded to a point where it makes Storm Tornado almost useless. Despite that, it isn't actually that powerful, even though it takes out most enemies in one hit, if you aim your shot right, or you're at close range. Now put that Buster Shot in a multiplayer setting, with a lock-on function.
Change the world? Sounds like Maverick talk to me. Let's go! X, shoot now! Not a charge shot!
You got yourself a recipe for overpoweredness right here. At a close enough range, it takes out at least a third of a health bar. Some people are so scared of First Armor X that they just give up. It's ridiculous how overpowered this is. In the time I've been writing this script, a pretty big update happened to the game. But even after this massive update, where you think there'd be balance changes, at least 3 people quit matches because I'm First Armor X. The Charged Buster Shot still does a third of a health bar in most cases. That's not even the worst part this update brings though. King of Fighters All-Star and Mega Man X Dive both have an evolving system, which makes characters more powerful in one way or another. There's 2 big differences between King of Fighters All-Star and Mega Man X Dive though. One of them is that Mega Man X Dive is shit. There's 2 big differences between King of Fighters All-Star and Mega Man X Dive though. One of them is that Mega Man X Dive has 2 types of items from the loot box, while having less of each. But KOF only has 1, but in higher quantity. That's one case where quantity over quality disturbingly works though, as the chances for each item type in X Dive are fucking bullshit. I have gotten so many axles in X Dive that it has made me legitimately hate the character. It made a cool gunslinger into the lowest tier character. The other difference between these 2 games is the very slight difference between these 2 evolution systems. The difference is that KOF has a way to grind evolution items, being the evolution dungeon, and fighter evolution items are their own thing. In Mega Man X Dive, however, the only way to evolve things is through having enough memories of said thing, be it a character or a weapon. How do you get memories of things? Well, there's 3 ways. One is by getting duplicates in the random capsules. It's 100 rubies per capsule too, and you're most likely going to get duplicates of the thing you don't want to upgrade. There is another way to get memories though, for things you do want, and that's directly from the store. To evolve a character, it takes about 20 to 30 memories of that character. And even then, that's dependent on what character you're evolving. Let's say you want to evolve Zero. No, not that one. Not even close. Zero takes 50 of his memory to upgrade to a 3-star. Before that, it was 40 memories for 2 stars, and then 30 to get 1 star. So that's 120 memories of specifically this character to get it to half of its full potential. It costs 10 character points to get 1 Zero memory, and in most cases, you're only going to get 20 from summoning. As stated before, it costs 100 gems to summon one thing. That would mean, to get Zero to halfway to max potential, you would need to summon a minimum of 60 times, depending on if you got characters or weapons, and what rank they were, considering you get more points for higher ranks. Going off the hypothetical of getting 60 axles in a row, do you know how many gems that would cost? Fucking 6,000. Not even the $60 gem pack gives you enough. Not even the $160 one gives that many gems.
You would need to spend 225 real-world dollars to get the exact amount needed for half potential. Can you get the fuck away from my face?
There's also a slightly cheaper option, but it's still quite despicable. You can buy points directly from the store as well, but it's not as much as you'd get from a repeat summon. And you can only purchase it once a day. Using the same Zero analogy's calculations, we can see that to get to half potential would be 2,400 gems, which even the $85 pack doesn't give you enough. You'd also die of old age before you'd be able to get Zero to halfway too. The thing is, people have done this. I've seen people even best First Armor X due to being max level on everything. People think Smash Bros Online is bad, but they are mistaken yet again. Look at this fucking netcode. What? Why? Oh! Boy, I sure am happy they put my favourite Robot Master in this game, Invisible Man. The hilarious thing about this netcode is that if the netcode didn't suck, Iris from X4 would be the most powerful character. Iris has something that immobilizes your opponent. If this thing hits you, you're fucked, you would think. But the netcode is so bad that they can't even do a broken character right. And somehow within this video's production it got worse. How do you make a game more broken with every update? How? And when you get a well-running match and your opponent is not an S-rank character, you obliterate. And likewise, if you join any game with an iris, you will get obliterated. This online meta is so bad that you can dash cancel in multiplayer! I'm gonna start a fucking hashtag about this! Right, so how do you fix this multiplayer? Well, I can think of a couple ways. The first thing that comes to mind is not to match you up with people that are too overpowered comparatively to you. But even that won't work in some cases, depending on who's online at the time. So what's a better solution? Well, scaling the levels of the players up to the highest level player in the match would work. That way, the highest level player can still feel like the grinding and leveling up was worth their time, and the lowest level casual, while still having a chance at winning, gets to feel how powerful they could become if they put the time and effort into grinding. Even limiting what characters and weapons you can use would be a simpler solution. The saddest part about this PvP is that the co-op in this game is really fun, ironically because of PvP's problems.
That doesn't sound that bad compared to Mario Kart 2.
That is insanely ignorant. Do you really need more proof? Really? Well, I fucking got it!
Even the single player is pay to win. About halfway through the game, the recommended power level you need to easily beat the level is,
It's over 9,000!
the hard mode levels, and even the normal levels before you get used to the controls, are possibly the most bullshit thing to exist. There's so many enemies that it's near impossible to do these levels hitless on a touchscreen. So, like most mobile games, there is a continue function. There's not many ways to get the continue item. One of the ways is from the store. You can buy a maximum of 10 of these once a week, and it costs 20 gems when not on special. So it's 200 gems for 10, which isn't that bad, unless you're a free-to-play user. That's 2 whole summons! You don't want to waste that, you need to choose wisely. Your broadcast is unable to afford the $1.50 for the 10 continues, and that's an infinite purchase. Just take a look at the mini-boss of World 2's hard mode, which by the way, you have to beat to get a normal mode of the next level. The amount of health is absurd. It takes a full 10 minutes to beat, and this is with a top tier weapon. And the amount of damage you take is pretty ridiculous too.
But wait just a moment, Will Falcon. You can grind the items in armor upgrades. Jesus Christ!
You might be saying, but Will, you can grind armor upgrades. Do you really want to deal with infinite boxes? Boxes somehow so strong that they don't even break from a single spiral buster shot in a level so long that you run out of time before you can escape box hell. Who thought this was a good idea?
Is that enough proof that Mario Kart Tour isn't pay to win?
No.
Okay. You want the final evidence?
The final evidence as to how truly pay to win this game is in this little corner right here. This is the summon points section. Similar to Pokemon Masters, you get points for doing summons, which in this case, you can use to purchase the featured items from the event. Do you know how many gems you need to get one of the event items from this way? 25,000 fucking gems! No free-to-play player could ever get that amount of gems within 2 weeks, at least with the current game. What's even more hilariously shocking is that there was a limited time where you could buy that amount of gems. For 500 real-life dollars?
So do you at least understand where I'm coming from with this now?
No, not really. I'm going to keep my stance of obnoxious ignorance. Here, let me give you an example. I think Family Guy's unironically funny. Seth MacFarlane did a great job in the last season. You can really tell that Peter's a different character from season to season.
For fuck's sake, man, shut up. Can't I just play some Animal Crossing in peace?
Man, that's misogynistic. That's giving enough power to use my cancel wave.
This whole video was literally made because of idiots on Twitter.